Felicitous greetings, fellow fanatics.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Adam the Fanatic, and today I'm taking a look at my top 5 opening cutscenes from video games. These are the first things you'll see either when you boot up or start a new game, so there's no need for spoiler warnings here. I'll be doing this video a little differently from normal. I'll first show you the full cutscene uninterrupted, then I'll talk about it briefly before moving on to the next one. As always, these will be presented in their original aspect ratios. So without further ado, let's start things off by taking a look at number 5 from StarCraft Brood War.
Charge here! Where is the air support?
So, Gerard, I suspect you have a good reason for pulling me away from my duties.
Your vodka can wait, my good Alexei. Come, stand here. You need to see this.
I know all about the Zerg, Gerard. We've all seen the tapes 100.
You've seen nothing. Dissecting a dead Zerg in a lab is one thing. Unleashing them on men is another. You must go into this with both eyes open. Once started, there's no going back. Are you prepared to go all the way with this, Alexei?
Yes. Yes, I am prepared to go all the way, my good Admiral.
Good. Good. I knew I could count on you.
Admiral, the colonist base will be overrun in a matter of minutes. Shall we intervene?
Take us into orbit, Mr. Malmsteen. We've seen enough.
StarCraft's original opening cutscene was rather lacking. The less said about it, the better. Brood War, on the other hand, sets things up quite nicely. It showcases the horror of the Zerg and displays them as a terrifying threat, all while establishing the expansion's new villains without telling us too much about them. If you don't read the manual, you won't even know the name of their organization until a fair bit into the game. It hints at their future plans of unleashing the Zerg, which is a major part of the expansion's plot, but it doesn't give too much away. Just enough to entice the player and keep them engaged, while still keeping an air of mystery about the situation. It is a rather dark opening, so let's look at something a bit goofier for number 4. Command & Conquer Red Alert 2.
Mr. President, it's General Carville at the Pentagon on line 5.
This is Dugan.
Mr. President, I'm afraid we have a heck of a situation down here.
How bad could it be, Ben?
According to NORAD, we've got Soviet aircraft coming at us from all directions and ground troops pushing up through Mexico. I don't know how they snuck in on us.
You better double check this with NORAD. This doesn't make any sense. I'll call the Kremlin.
Will do.
Da, Premier Romanov here.
What's going on over there, Alex?
Why, Mr. President, whatever do you mean?
Alex, I have, You're throwing everything you've got at us, Alex. We're supposed to be allies, you maniac. I'm the one that put you into office.
Listen very carefully. I am not your pet, Mr. President. We Romanovs have our legacy to consider.
I don't give a wooden nickel about your legacy. You call them off. Alex, you call them off. You know, we'll retaliate.
Oh, don't be so sure, Mr. President.
Sir,
Verification?
you betcha.
Sweet mother. It's time to hit back. Make it happen.
Yes, sir. This is General Carville. Soviet invasion confirmed. Execute launch order 010, Adam Delta Charlie.
Have confirmation. Missiles prime.
Armed!
Missile command.
10 seconds to launch. Open the missile silos. Jerry, what? We have to open the silos, or they'll explode under... The silo doors are closed. This is suicide.
Is it done, Yuri?
No, Comrade Premier. It has only begun.
Earlier Command & Conquer titles had already been kind of cheesy. They were sci-fi war stories that felt like they wanted to be grand, epic tales, but just ended up feeling like B-list movies. Red Alert 2 decided to take a detour from that, though. It took the goofiness that the series had already inadvertently created and dialed it up to 11. Red Alert 2 has no delusions of being a serious game. It's cornier than Iowa, cheesier than Wisconsin, its writers loved every minute of it. And even after the live action segment, the CGI actually holds up pretty well for a game from 2000. It does a great job of showing off the new Soviet arsenal that you'll have to fight against. Not every game, and certainly not every cutscene, needs to be serious. There's just as much an art to comedy as there is to drama. And Red Alert 2 does a great job demonstrating just how such can be used to set up a great game. Now on to number 3, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. This is one of the simpler openings that I've chosen. There's practically zero animation and no voice acting behind it. And yet, still it holds a lot of weight. It quickly lays the background for the story, and even if you've never played another Zelda game before, it tells you everything that you need to know to understand the concept behind this flooded world. While I would have preferred that it be fully narrated, the music does an excellent job of setting the tone, while the images that go along with it are great. Plus, if you can read Japanese, then the Hylian script that you see is actually a simple substitution code that can be read along with the story. There's an entire rabbit trail we can go into with all the different Hylian scripts in the series, but that's for another time. For now, let's take a look at another game that takes place in a flooded world. Coming in at number 2 is Mega Man Legends.
In a world covered by endless water, people are forced to eke out a living on the small patches of land that remain above the sea. The people of this world rely on ancient technology driven by quantum refractors, a powerful energy source. These refractors lie in ancient ruins underground and in the sea, and are sought out by explorers called diggers. These brave explorers are the sole source of refractor energy, which has become a cornerstone of the emerging civilizations. Originally, this was the diggers' only purpose, to find refractors so that civilization might endure. However, over the years, the story of a fabulous treasure, the legendary Mother Lode, began to be whispered among the diggers. The Mother Lode, a treasure so great that if it were discovered, it would provide so much power that the world never need fear running out of energy. Seeking this Mother Lode, diggers travel from one island to another in their flying machines, ever hoping that they'll find what they seek just over the horizon. Hope, despair, charity, greed, duty, power. Who can say what truly motivates the diggers?
Set approximately 6,000 years after the original series, and yes, they are in the same timeline, Mega Man Legends was the first game in the series to really focus on the storyline. While the Zero games would eventually have a decent sci-fi plot of their own, Legends and its sequel were the only two games in the Mega Man series to have the storyline front and center. The minimalist animation of the opening certainly doesn't do anything to wow the player with its visuals. It simply shows the Flutter slowly drifting over the waters with the sound of the waves in the background. It relies wholly on the text and narration to carry the full weight of the opening. And it does this wonderfully. From the very first words, it captures the audience's attention, painting a picture of the world they want to portray and instilling a sense of wonder and an eagerness to explore. Minimalism certainly doesn't work in every case, but when it's done right, it can be a powerful tool for focusing the audience's attention on what you want them to see, or in this case, what they want us to hear. And finally, taking the crown at the #1 spot is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you a tale like none that you have ever heard. Know first that I am the son of Shahram, a mighty king of Persia. On our way to Azad with a small company of men, we passed through India, where the promise of honor and glory tempted my father into a grievous error.
Now, my son.
Your Majesty, I trust you will remember your promise. The Maharaja's treasure hoards lie within.
See how he fights. Like a warrior son.
Everything you could possibly want in an opening hook is here. From that mysterious yet intriguing opening line, to exciting visuals, to the on-point voice acting and sound effects. This is the introduction to which I compare all other video game intros. In addition to everything simply being done right, it also comes back into play as the story nears its end, wrapping things up with one of the most satisfying pieces of storytelling in video game history. I won't spoil it here, but maybe I'll do a full review of this one someday in the future. Prince of Persia has long been inspired by Arabian Nights, which is strangely fitting in a way. This video was itself inspired by a film adaptation of the Arabian Nights.
I thought it would be easy, but it isn't. I almost lost it before I got started.
I've told you before, the first moments are vital.
Storytelling is an art, whether writing something new or adapting something that's already been told before. Setting the tone and theme is pivotal for getting the audience interested. It not only tells them what you're trying to do, it also sets the stage for what's to come and tells them why they should be invested in it. But what about you? What are your favorite video game intros? If you have any questions, remarks, or opposing points of view, leave them in the comments down below. And please remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. Until next time, farewell, fellow fanatics. Thank you again for watching. I have plenty more to share with you if you're interested. You can click up here above my head to subscribe to my channel. You can click over here on my monitor to see the most recent video that I've worked on. Or if you prefer, you can click up here to open this mysterious vault and see what video that the YouTube algorithm has picked just for you.